Good morning. Wake up, everyone. It's Saturday morning. Start of the weekend. I know Friday night kind of starts the weekend, but still. A little bit different of a format I'm trying out here. I will have to get started and then I'll have to pause for a second. My wife is leaving for a little bit. So see her off, make sure she has everything she has. But we are getting started today. A little bit, like I said, a little bit different of a format for this. It's going to be a little bit more low-key, but a little bit more interesting, I think, because we're going to do multiple things. For one thing, we are going to watch cartoons. This is Saturday morning. Back in the 80s, we had Saturday morning cartoons. I guess early 90s, too. We had Saturday morning cartoons, all the major networks, and there were only a few. Before cable, we had CBS, NBC, ABC, and Fox. Though Fox was a little bit later in the 80s. And they all, Saturday morning was what they did with cartoons. It gave the kids something to do. You got your milk and cereal, and were in your jammies usually, whatever your comfy clothes were, and you got in front of the TV and watched your favorite Saturday morning cartoons. So we're going to do a little bit of that. At the same time, we're going to build something. So last weekend, I wanted to be able to stream the racing that we were doing. Unfortunately, the weather did not cooperate. It was miserable. Good morning, Jerry. How you doing today? And you are too. Sorry, I didn't say good morning. Well, I did say good morning, but it was to everybody. But the weather was miserable. There was no way I was going to be able to have my stuff set up with... well, my stuff's not weatherproof. The professional photographers and videographers, their stuff's all weatherproof. There was no way I was going to set up my stuff with the amount of rain and wind that we had. So I didn't get to video any of the stuff from last weekend. However, last weekend I did receive this from the car owner. He knows I like Lego, so this was his way of like appreciating. So I figured we would do this sort of thing as opposed to like my normal streams. We'll have some fun with this. And while I build, hopefully you're getting to build something too, or sort stuff, or whatever. It just depends on what you want to do. Not only that, I figured what would be good with this is a cartoon from the 80s called Pole Position. Now, some of you may remember the video game Pole Position. It was actually in the arcade and I believe on the Atari. And the cartoon is loosely, and when I say loosely, it is very loosely based on the video game. And here I actually got some words to read about it. Pole Position was a 1984 animated series. Making pottery? I'm not surprised. Pole Position was a 1984 animated series from DIC Entertainment that capitalized on the popular arcade game of the same name, featuring a family... And this is where it deviates. So it has the name of Pole Position, which was the arcade game name and the Atari game. And then that's where it deviates. Pancakes. I have not had any breakfast. Featuring a family of stunt drivers who secretly fight crime as government agents. Yeah, that's nowhere near in the video game. I mean, like, Pole Position is you were just driving... and that was it. It was like one of those games where like the track was coming towards you. It was one of the first games that did that sort of thing. And you had to, you didn't have well, in the arcade you had a steering wheel. Whenever it was the Atari or whatever, it was just your joystick, or I think it was on Nintendo as well. You remember that? Yeah, it was a very interesting game. And I do believe it used these kind of cars, like from the back. That's what you looked at. You looked at kind of like an Indy / Formula One car from the back. But these were different. So the show featured siblings Tess, Dan, and Daisy Darrett, who after their parents' death, which is funny, like a lot of cartoons, kids things and stuff, you look at any Pixar movie, tragedy always happens. Like, think of Finding Nemo, the very beginning, there's tragedy, like all those cartoons and stuff, they all started with tragedy, and that's, the driving force of things. After their parents' death, continued their work with their Uncle Zach, operating under the guise of the Pole Position Stunt Show, with high-tech talking cars named Wheels and Roadie. So the cars themselves have, like, computers. You'll see whenever we start playing the cartoon, that the computers themselves talk, which harkens to like KIT that sort of thing. Hey, how you doing, Owens Brick? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to get started here shortly with the cartoon pole position. This will be the very first episode. Always got to start at the beginning. The series ran for 13 episodes on CBS and featured gadgets like hover jets and water skis, though it had little in common with the video game beyond the names and the cars. And so I guess they did have... So the cars were... Let's see where it is. There's the characters. Oh, here we go. So the characters are Tess, the older sister and leader, driving the red Mustang wheels. Dan, Tess's brother, driving the blue Coupe Roadie. No specifics for that. Daisy, the younger sister, with a this is weird, with a raccoon monkey pet named Kuma. A raccoon monkey. Cross between the two, you'll see. And Uncle Zach, the wheelchair-using uncle who manages the operation. So the cars, Wheels, and Roadie were sentient AI vehicles with numerous gadgets, including hover jets and water skis. It was aired on CBS in 1984, and apparently later in the UK. So it was good enough to air on the UK, but it was only for one season. So we are going to get started here shortly. I do want to start. I don't want to start the video until my wife heads out. So we're gonna get started on this. So unlike my other streams on Tuesdays. This is the cat box, by the way. The cats like to come up here, so I wanted to give them a space. Unlike my Tuesday streams, I'm not going to keep timing with this, simply because this is more laid back, you know? Everyone should be chilling and doing something. Well, see, pottery is building something, so it's good that you're doing that, Jerry. And again, I still need to get you. I don't know how we're gonna do it. Ooh, there's our indie wheels. Look at that. Those look nice. We're still, and I think they're backwards. Maybe on the camera. Oh no, yeah, they are. They're backwards on here because I have the screen flipped so that everything, you know, goes correctly. Let's see what all we got. All right, so we do have some stickers. Put this over here. I have everything backwards so that my hands are on this side. Sticker sheet, oh my word, that's a lot of stickers. But the sticker sheet itself is not like folded, which is good. And this is Nigel Mansell's car. I don't know if this was his entire car for his racing career. I'm not actually quite sure if he's even still racing. But we'll keep that over there. All right, we got bag one, bag two. It looks like we might be doing the stand because I see pants in there. I see Nigel's pants right there. So it looks like we're doing the stand first, and starting the car. Like there's a base of the car in there. So we got bag one. That's 4. This is 5. There's 2. 6, 7, 8. Notice I went past that really quickly. I mean, 6, 7 is no longer really a thing, but people still harp on it. So it's only 799 pieces. It won't take us horribly long, but I'm going to be, like I said, it's going to be more laid back of a thing. And so I'll be stopping. So in order to make this work, figure out a pick or yep, sounds good. In order to make the cartoon stuff work and make it so I don't get copyright struck or anything, I'll be pausing it and talking about it. It's essentially a reaction video, and in order to do that, you have to make sure that you are not just playing the video and letting it run. I did that once way back, kind of when I started streaming, before I started this, whenever I built the UCS Y-Wing. And I just was letting the movie play while I was, you know, doing stuff. And it actually went for a while. I mean, like, I was able to watch Star Wars, and then I started an Empire Strikes Back, and then the YouTube, like, stopped my channel. So, for a moment. So I had to stop it and, ooh, you know what, there are some words here. So let's read. And they made the purple really hard to see on here. but it is the car's. It's not the car's color. The car is blue, so I don't understand why they did that. So since its debut in 1992, the legendary Williams FW14B, which is this car, obviously, has been hailed as one of the most successful race cars in Formula One history. Cutting-edge technology that featured a V10 engine, active suspension, a semi-automatic gearbox, and sophisticated traction control took racing performance to new heights. And podiums. Dominating the 1992 F1 season, the FW14B helped Nigel Mansell secure the World Championship and Williams Racing Team the Constructors' Championship that year. Active in the F1 Championship since 1978, the Williams Racing Team continues to build on its rich history that boasts some of the most accomplished race cars and drivers in nearly half a century. And then we got Nigel Mansell. There he is. I remember him racing. I don't know. Again, I think he is retired, but I don't know 100% for sure myself. Nigel Mansell holds a well-deserved icon status in motorsport history, winning a record-breaking 9 races during the 1992 Formula One season, that's a lot of races, especially for Formula One. Mansell's dominance on the track was a testament to his raw talent, unwavering resolve, and pursuit of excellence. Throughout 15 Formula 3 and Formula 1 seasons between 1978 and 1994, so yes, he is retired again. 187 races and 31 Grand Prix wins. He inspired fans and drivers with his precision driving and unyielding tenacity. Beyond his achievements on the track, Mansell remains an active authority in the racing community and passionately engaged in charity work. His legacy endures for all who dare to chase their dreams. I don't think he's dead. I could be wrong. So, all right. So there's some things about the people that created it, but we're gonna get started on. And this is cool. The helmet has like all you don't have to put the decals on or the stickers. I like to call them decals for some reason. I think because before Lego, I was a model builder. I built little models. But that's a cool helmet. I like how they have the printing on there. That's probably pretty unique. And look at Nigel's face. He just looks happy. Oop, he just looks so happy. I gotta bring it up to the camera in the right way. Remember, I'm backwards now. I started this last week, or started this on Tuesday. And I think it makes more sense having my hands like where I'm at, so to speak. But it can be confusing for me. All right, so if I don't want to put his helmet on, there's this little thing, this little stand that you put in the helmet, and then he can just hold on to it, which I think I like right now. So he'll hold on to his helmet, and we'll give him his hair. Hey, Ben, how you doing tonight? No, this morning. It's actually the morning. What am I thinking? So here's our Nigel Mansell. Looking very suave and debonair. His helmet is cool being printed. I think they made a good character with him. You know, the printing on the torso as well. And even his pants have some printing too. So we'll be started. So Ben, I am going to be doing pole position tonight. Or this morning. I keep saying tonight. This is so new. We'll be doing pole position. We'll be doing the first, maybe the second episode, but I'm waiting for my wife to head out, so I don't want to start things and then have to pause and blah blah blah. So I'm going to start building here, and then we'll start watching pole position, the very first episode. Yes, pole position. So it was fun. So funny anecdote. So we were going to we were heading out last night. There's our little trophy. So Nigel gets his trophy. We were heading out for the evening yesterday, and we were talking about what I was going to do this morning. There we go. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do a cartoon. I'm gonna do old classic, and I just talked about it. I just went through the wiki for it. Only ran for one season, unfortunately. But I said, hey, yeah, it's called Pole Position, and I remember, like, I could remember how the guitar and everything goes, and you know, for the title screen and everything like that. And my wife said, oh, well, let me look it up. So she started looking it up on Spotify. Oh no, what were you looking it up on? Spotify, Amazon. And you have to be very careful when looking up the words pole position. Because, well, you only find a couple things that are the cartoon. Everything else is different, let's just say. So you got to be careful with... Right. We didn't listen to any of them, but they seemed not the cartoon. So let your imagination go from there. So give me a second. I think she's ready to go. So, oh, okay, nope, not yet. So we'll keep building a little bit, and then we'll start the cartoon shortly. So yeah. Oh yeah, definitely get snacks. Oh, piggies, be quiet. I fed you. I gave you lettuce. They hear the noise, and so they get all, the piggies all get it. You guys probably can't hear that, but so we'll be starting pole position here in a few minutes. Episode 1, called The Code. And you have to remember that cartoons were very, very campy back in the day. They were very just kind of goofy. Animation wasn't always the best. Sound wasn't always the best. In fact, a lot of times, and even I watched a little bit of this episode just to make sure it was all there. Hey, Kimbar, baby sis, good to see you. But a lot of the sound was not mixed very well. It looks like we're doing our podium here. The sound was just, I don't know why they couldn't get the balance right, but like sometimes you don't hear the voices properly. Simply because the mix is bad, and so you hear more of what's going on, or like the background noises, like the cars going vroom. So the openers were, yes, and here's the other thing, and I'll talk about this whenever we start it. Look at the sticker sheet. It's huge, and I know it's backwards on the thing. That's because I mirrored my camera, so it makes more sense that I'm building where I'm building, you know, instead of the other way. So, all right, Nigel Mansell. This is a quote from him himself. You don't become a champion by doing what is easy. You become a champion by constantly pushing your boundaries and challenging yourself. Very true. Thanks, Nigel. Good words for the morning, for Saturday morning. So, yeah, the openers of Saturday morning cartoons were always interesting. And they always did, not always, but a lot of times they did, and you'll see it in this as well, like a preview of what is going to be... what is going to be the show, which is funny because after the cartoons started doing that, a lot of TV shows, ooh, I got that almost perfect, look at that. Yeah, a lot of TV shows started doing that, where they would like do a quick preview before the episode starts, and then they would there we go. And then they would do the show or do the opening. So, in 1992, Nigel Mansell won 9 out of 16 races in the Williams FW14B, a feat that awarded him the 1992 World Championship. So yeah, there we go. Nigel, Sir Nigel. I think he's Sir Nigel. Yeah, I didn't like that either. For some reason, companies thought that was the best thing to do, so they started doing it, and then they stopped doing that, which I was glad of. Like, you don't need a preview of what you're going to watch right before you watch it. I think that's just kind of silly. So, I'm glad they stopped doing that. But yeah, for a while, like, a lot of cartoons did that. And who knows? So here, this is a good question to ask. Who knows why cartoons existed? Like, what was the purpose of cartoons? I mean, yes, there was an entertainment thing. There was an entertainment component, but it was more than that. What were cartoons designed for? And it almost seems like it's backwards, but they did work this way, especially depending on where they got the subject matter from. Babysitters so parents could sleep in? No. That had nothing to do with that. Ben is right. There we go. Sell toys. That is exactly what cartoons were for. Their primary purpose was to sell toys to unsuspecting children. Yeah, marketing. Yep. Hi, Uncle Nod. Just Anastasia. Going to your soccer game. All right. Have fun. I hope you win. If not, that's okay. Do your best. That's the most important thing. Do your best and enjoy playing soccer. That's what it's all about. And then you can watch the stream later. So, have fun today, Anastasia. So yes, it was marketing. It was selling toys. But it was very useful. I know my parents loved it because, like, you know, my dad worked hard. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, and they liked having their Saturday mornings where the TV definitely kept us busy watching our favorite Saturday morning cartoons, and they could sleep in. That's exactly what they did. When it all costs. Anastasia, Ben, who you see has replied to you on the stream, he actually, so they have a professional soccer team in Austin where he's from, and he helps with like doing like fan stuff with that, and they do some really crazy things with that stuff. Ooh, okay. So here's our suspension. They're kind of a cool piece, so we got to make sure we put them on the right way. With the opening, there's an opening here, and then on the other side there's nothing. So we got to make sure we put it this way. These are cool suspension pieces. I like this. Alright, so there we go. Sucker! There goes there. So how is everyone doing today? See, this is like I said, this is different than my normal stream, but it's nice to be able to do this and chill out on a Saturday. Oh, you have a semi-pro women's team too. That's awesome. Pittsburgh used to have a pro team. I mean, like, they have the Riverhounds, which I guess is the pro team now. But way back, they had, I think it was the Spirit was the name. So you had like the Steelers, the Pirates, the Penguins, and the Spirit, I believe was the name of the team here. That was way back, also way back in the 80s. But I believe they had that. But they haven't had a professional soccer team in forever. More awake versus Tuesday evening. Well, that's good, I guess. Yeah, it was always fun to do Saturday morning stuffs. And more, I don't know, it's... I build and sort and stuff on Saturday mornings a lot of times, so figured, hey, might as well do something with it. So we're making the, I believe this is the rear suspension. Well, no, this is probably the front suspension, actually, because the rear is probably here, so. I know for you, again, I know for you it's backwards, but I think this is the front, so. And here's, I'm really not happy with Lego on this. So, what color is this? What color is that? This looks very blue, right? That looks very blue. Look at the instructions. And actually, they're actually faded a little bit in the stream just because of like how I have the brightness and the gamma settings. It's purple. Like, it shows up purple on the instructions, like very purple. It's like, come on, guys. And I don't think it would be fading that would cause that. Could be wrong, but like, yeah. Oh, I need these two. This is one thing too I need to work on, like when it comes to doing things for like the Ewok village that I'm working on, because I'm using a lot of Technic to support things. Yes, indigo. Yeah, it is. It's very indigo. Very, or violet. No, violet I think is the more faded color, the more nice color. But Lego is very good with their instructions that, like, hey, you put this Technic piece on here, you put the middle stuff in, then you put the other piece on the other side. Because I'll be doing a lot of Technic with the Ewok village and making things work, I'm gonna have to do better with that sort of thing too. I just kind of build, I'm like, oh, this has to fit in here, and then I have to take apart half the stuff because I don't prepare. So you're going against Mohawk. Ooh, I remember Mohawk. We played against them for certain things. And Mohawk, Blackhawk, Chippewa. I mean, like, we have all the Indian names around here, so. Is that 2 ahead? Yes. All right. Now we put the other side on. Piggy, stop squeaking. Again, I gave you lettuce. I gave you both. I gave you both your own piece. Yeah, lettuce in the morning. So, yeah, piggies get all the. They're so spoiled. All right. Oh, this is the rear suspension. Interesting. Okay. All right. So this goes here. And you can see we got other Technic pieces here at the back that are going to go into this. Yeah, into that. So it all connects up and is sturdy. Technic is great. I know a lot of people don't like Technic, but it is so good for like doing structure and things like that. So, all right, we should be start. Aha! See, there it is. I'm gonna put these in. Keep everything together. We should be starting in a couple minutes. We'll start episode 1 of Pole Position. Again, in order to make it a proper video that I don't get docked for or whatever, I'm going to have to pause it, talk about, you know, things. It has to be transformed, essentially, in order for YouTube to be fine with it. And it's not hard to do. It's just I'm not used to doing it that way. Oh, my word. I don't know. You guys probably can hear it. Sheesh. Those guinea pigs. Technic is a necessary. I agree. It is a necessary evil, but the more I've used it, the more I've gotten to be like, hey, it actually is pretty cool. Oh, okay. Guinea pigs. Guinea pigs are a necessary evil too. Okay. All right. Alright, give me just a minute or two and we will start the movie. And like the movie. Keep calling it a movie. It's not, it's a cartoon. We'll probably do 2 episodes with the time, because they're not very long. They're only like 22 minutes, I think. And I'm sure YouTube will throw in its commercial things that I'll have to pause through or silence. Silence! Infidel. Alright, but yeah, it's one of the first cartoons that we watched. I guess not one of the first, since it is from '84. It's one of the ones I remember the most for some reason, though, or at least the intro music. Was that to the Ahmed impersonation? We actually saw Jeff Dunham once in person. It was hilarious. It was so fun. Really, really funny. Where is that go? Oh, I see. It goes in. This must be the cockpit right there. So this is where the cockpit's going to be. That's where it's going to sit. Maybe. That covers over there. And this oh yeah, so this will be what we're putting on here. It's going to be for like the side mirrors right there. And I looked through the wiki for Pole Position to see if I recognize any of the names of like the voice actors, and I did not recognize any of them. Ooh, words. Lego whips are used here to represent the hydraulic hoses that run throughout the car. Okay, that's cool. So so these whips, they're blue. I haven't seen whips in blue, but like we get to bend them and have fun with them. So I'll put the end in this. Okay, and then we're gonna route it where it needs to go. It goes in here. And it shows it that shows it's supposed to go around this, but it doesn't really. Oh, I'm gonna have to try to forcibly bend it so it kind of routes weird. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, it's not really how it's supposed to go. It's whips and blue would be great for. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So it's supposed to go around this and then bend this way, kind of like that. I don't know if I have to force it and then it just goes that way, or if there's other stuff that's going to keep it. Let me see if I can bend it down this way a little bit more. Yeah, that kind of works. It's not great. And there's another set of blue whips over here that we'll use. They don't go very far in there. Oops. Turn that around. So if I do that, and then yeah. I have big hands, and this makes it difficult. Turn it around. Actually, it looks kind of like a spaceship right now, which I guess Indy cars and Formula 1 cars kind of do a little bit. Yeah, they're kind of still jutting out a bit. As I put other stuff on, they'll probably be able to get pushed in. That's about what they're supposed to look like, is it like that? So yeah, so I think next time I post, I wasn't sure what I was going to be able to do as far as a cartoon today, so I didn't post it on there, but I think from now on, like, I'm gonna try to theme it. So like next week, if I work on, say, the Muppet Theater, which we got yesterday, that's where we were going. We went to get a friendz theater to turn into the Muppet Theater. Oh, this goes here. Okay. So we might watch a episode or two of the Muppet Show, something like that, which isn't quite a cartoon, but it's still in that vein. So Muppet, well, that is true. Muppet Babies is the cartoon version of that. So might do a little bit of both. Might do a Muppet Show watch and then do a Muppet Babies watch. We'll see. All right. Be right back. Hold on. Alright, back, and oh, as you can see, so I don't know if you could tell, but I'm wearing my turtle shirt. That was one of the things that was important about Saturday morning cartoons, was you were in your jammies, or you were in your favorite clothes, whatever, your comfy clothes, whatever. This is one of my comfiest shirts. I love it. And it is, you know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So let us get started with pole position. Like I said, I'm going to have to be pausing it in order for it to be transformed properly. But so we'll get started here. So this is the opening. And again, they start off with like, hey, this is a preview of what is to come in the show you're just going to watch. Right now it's going through my microphone. It should pick up everything for the most part, so it might sound a little bit off. I didn't have time to get it going in through the equalizer in my computer to go through with the background of the machine itself, but you should be able to hear most of it. This is a test. I have first time doing this, so I'll need your input, how it sounds, whether it's too loud, whether it's good, you know, whether it sounds, if it sounds a little bit too campy, like it is going to be campy. It's older technology. But if it sounds way too difficult or is like really muffled or something like that, let me know and we'll try and adjust things. So here we go. Hopefully it doesn't start with a YouTube commercial. All right, here we go. The Code. That is this first episode. It stinks, the critic. Wait, who is the critic? And the intro music is always way louder. It's kind of funny. The secret force of pole position. Oh, man. Yes, yeah, he's the only one that, like... Yeah, he's the only one that is a... You know, that I recognized. And actually, here's the thing. I didn't recognize... Because they have a lot of guest... You know, whenever they do cartoons, they have a lot of guest people that are on the cartoon that, you know, do their voices and stuff. When they get to the villain, the guy that's the bad guy in this episode, he looks very familiar and he sounds very familiar, but I'm not sure who he is. So pay attention to that, and we'll see how that pans out. So that's Rhodey, and that's the blue coupe, as they say in England, or coupe. This is the part that I remember the most, too, with the guitar going and... Oh, it's so cheesy. Alright, so this is going to... I'm going to make sure I put this in the right spot. This... Oh, you're supposed to go under there. Alright.
Writing a book is hard.
Ah! I knew it. As soon as that happened. Alright, we're gonna pause it for a second. Oh, the background music? Oh, I'm sorry. Let's get rid of that. Sorry about that. Ooh. Alright. I forgot that I had it on. Sorry. So, that is an intro. That is a classic intro of the Saturday morning cartoons. Very campy, isn't it? Alright, so that should be better. Sorry about that. Alright, let's see how that is. The other thing, too, is 80s was very much into synthesizers. This was the age of coming out with electronic keyboards, adding in all kinds of sounds, and they used it in everything. So, oh, hold on. Sorry about that. Oh, I muted it for me. I didn't stop it for you guys. Sorry about that. Come on. Hold on, I gotta find it in my list of things. Sorry about that. There we go. All right, background music is paused now. Now it should be good. Selfish. I know, I'm awful. There we go. All right, good. All right. And that guy has a huge nose. Both of these guys have huge noses. All right, let me know how the sound is now with everything hopefully taken care of properly. And like, oh, look at him. He's got his arm behind his head.
I'm sure a pocket calculator would think you're hysterical.
And one of the other things. Oh, we got my clock going. Sorry. Uh-oh, his hydrofoil is not working very well. Everything will be fine. And that is one thing that does happen in the old... There we go. That's looking a little bit better. Nope, I gotta... Yeah, there we go. That's looking a little better.
Listening to Rhodey's stupid joke.
There we go. No, not your hydrofoil. You need to have your... Sassy Mustang, that's right. Oh, he forgot. He is sinking. Oh, no! So here's kind of the funny thing, too.
one about the soaking wet driver who forgot his automatic pilot.
So, one of the things that was in all cartoons, and again, because it's appealing to kids more, was the jokes. Like, it was constant. Like, you see it in Transformers, you see it in G.I. Joe, constantly having jokes or just quipping about things, you know, whatever it was. So, yeah, that was a very big thing in Saturday morning cartoons. And here, we got some words here about the Lego set, not about the, pole position. I have to move this out of the way a little bit so I can kind of see my screen a little bit better. The 2 Lego 1x5 beams placed here represent the V10 engine. So this is supposed to be the V10 engine. All right, so let's continue on. So
Very funny.
very funny. And see, that's the other thing too. And I think I remember that a lot from Voltron even more, was they would say things like that. Very funny, you know, haha. Very, again, very campy.
Everybody's a comedian.
See? See? Right there. All right, we got our second sticker to put
Take a
on.
message.
Oh, this is for the car itself.
Batteries on the hotline.
It is a Renault F1.
Level 3 emergency. Repeat, a level 3 emergency. Contact me as soon as the show is over. We almost never go to level 3.
Don't I know it?
So, that's another thing. Hi, Paisley. How are you? That's another thing that's kind of funny in these type of shows, is they're saying, oh, we have a level 3 emergency. This is the very first episode. They have not built up to anything in the past. They are right there at level 3, whatever that means. So apparently, oh, Paisley, you better stop that right now. This is not for you. Paisley's trying to get the stickers. She loves sticky things. So, oh, my 60%. Well, I can actually boost it a little bit more. Let me do that. It's okay if I go louder. So, boost. Yeah, I'll have to. I figured I would do that, but I just didn't have time to be able to get it through. So, and I don't want to turn off the microphone filter.
Manually.
So,
Was there an echo in here?
Oh, I think I'm getting lost.
all right, I got to make sure I do this right. But anyway, it's funny that they It's funny that they went and started at the highest level, which they've never been to before, but we've never seen them before. And I think it's the computers that you can't hear very well.
No sweat, huh, Rhodey?
Haha, computers never sweat. See, there's that weird raccoon cat thing, or raccoon monkey thing.
This will be like taking candy from a baby.
There, DEFCON 3 may be low. No, they said we've never gone to 3, so... And 3 is the highest, so they say.
Win enough?
It's so bad. The
I know you will, Daisy.
the words, everything is so bad.
We're in a level 3 emergency, Dan. We better contact Dr. Zachary immediately.
Level 3? Oh no, I didn't realize it was that important. Let's move it.
See? So level 3.
Do you think a world-class stunt driver would have time for dinner tonight? Well, how about it? Dinner tonight?
Greg, do on. What are you doing here?
What I'm doing here is asking you out on a date.
Well, I'd
This
love
is
to,
another thing that was
Greg,
weird with
but
cartoons. They
something's
like
come up.
talk about dates and stuff. Like,
I'm
what
saying
kid
at
is
the Hotel
gonna
Marquis,
what
why
kid
don't
is
you
gonna
call me
know
when you
about
know?
that?
Great. I really gotta go. I'll talk to you later.
That's so weird.
Position two,
Just
pole
I
position
don't
one.
know. Goofy to me. Very goofy.
It appears as if if someone has tapped into our computers.
Oh wow, I got a lot of extra
stolen
pieces.
the command codes to the pole
Oh,
position
both
car.
of these are extra.
That
So
means Rhodey and
yeah.
Wheels are vulnerable to a takeover.
bag 2.
That and much worse.
It's
All the
always much
information
worse.
needed to destroy our entire computer system is stored in the memory
She
banks
reminds
of
me a little bit of
If our
what's her name from Speed Racer, like the way she's designed to look.
Change the command codes on both cars to red 9. Repeat, red 9.
All right, remember that red 9.
Time for a break.
Let's play some computer games, Davey. I just love to beat Wheels at computer games.
That's because you can't beat me on the track.
I'll pipe down, you old jalopy.
Come on, you guys. Cut it out.
Hey, Rhodey, here comes
Look how weird. Like they could just take the computers out of the car, just like do 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 do. That was not something that existed back in those days. Geez, Paisley, stop chomping on things. Paisley's right here. Like how they did those kind of things. Like I remember my dad bringing home the first portable computer I'd ever seen, and it was in like the mid '80s, and it wasn't a laptop. It was a huge briefcase. It was very heavy, and the screen was like this big. It was very, very tiny. It was like a 4x4-inch screen, and it was orange and pixelated and everything like that. Like this was so. Oh yeah, absolutely. It did. Absolutely, it did. The radio removals was a big thing.
your best buddy.
Haha. That thing is so weird.
No, wait. Stay away from me, you please. Rhodey, you're just like a little kid, always getting dirty. I need the modules for just a minute, then you guys can go back and play. What you need them for? Just checking something.
They did some weird things with the voices. I mean, like, they had to fill in time because there wasn't a lot that was going to be happening. You know?
Want to flush out swollen legs?
No, I don't want to flush out swollen legs, and I don't want to do that either. There he is.
Dan?
Ouch! Don't look, but there's somebody spying on us. I said don't look!
I don't see anybody.
Making him seem like he's paranoid or whatever.
I'm telling you, there was somebody there.
Well, there's nobody there now, so just relax. Besides, both of the command codes have been changed. There's
Just
nothing to
relax.
worry about.
Just relax.
Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to dinner with Greg Dumont. I'll see you later.
Greg Dumont. Big deal.
Big deal. Oh, who does he sound like? Who does he sound like?
Again.
Oh, Rhodey, sounds like you're such a grouch.
Sometime.
Wheels, you'll be mommy.
Oh, Wheels, don't you encourage it.
Now that looks funny.
And Rhodey, you're the daddy. And here's your...
All right, this again. Things are campy, a little bit weird. You know that it just looks so awful in a way. Let me put this in and then unpause it. Paisley, leave that stuff alone. There we go. All right. Uh-huh.
Time for bed, Daisy.
It does sound a little bit like Bumblebee. You're right, a little bit.
Yes, you
But
have to.
I looked at the
Besides, Rhodey and Wheels have to be put back in the cars for recharging.
I looked at the names for it, and it wasn't
You guys in a little while.
oh, what's his name?
Night, Daisy.
Good night, Dave.
What was that all about?
Oh, nothing.
Good night, Daisy.
Night, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely it was. Yeah. Of course, she's like, oh, I'm gonna save them. Well, she doesn't know she's gonna save them, but she's going where she shouldn't right now.
Good night, Dave.
See, the computers are in on it.
Thanks, Greg. I had a great time.
All right, so
Where
we gotta
is it?
put this in there. The little ball thing goes in here for suspension, and I did that where I have to.
Is everything ready?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Relax, Vance. I'll steal one of the cars and they'll follow me in the other
Now I
one.
can't take it out.
You'll get both computer modules.
And the information
There we
I
go.
need to destroy pole position.
Dun dun dun. Destroy pole position. There we go. All right. So this is the independent suspension
I'll
they're
see you in
talking
Sierra
about.
City. Make
And
sure
it
you have my money.
has to be able to turn in there, but stay in there also. So kind of neat how they designed this.
Dan? Dan, are you there?
Dan, where did Dan go? Dan.
Dan, what are you doing out here?
I just saw your friend Greg Dumont talking with the same guy that was spying on us before.
Oh
Come
no.
on, Dan, you're acting silly.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I
there's
like how
something
they
fishy's
designed this.
going
This
on
is
around
pretty
here, and
cool.
I want to know what it is.
What is going to happen to the cars? Oh no! What's her name is in there? But this is the independent suspension they were talking about in the little thing. Oh, I need that.
My command code, Daisy. There's nothing I can do.
Oh
How'd
no!
you get in here? Come on, get out of the car.
Hey, you're trying to steal wheels.
Hey, you're trying to be bad. Hey, don't be bad.
Tell that other car I've got the little girl.
Brody, you got the new command code. I can't stop him.
Yeah, but I can.
I said tell him I've got the girl.
Brody,
He's got Daisy.
Brody, what happened? Tess, he's got
Greg
Daisy.
Dumont? I just can't believe he'd steal wheels and take Daisy with him. I
No,
don't know
what's
what to say.
I do. Let's go.
oh? And of course, the weird thing has to come with them. All right, so this is where a commercial would normally be. So very campy, very just goofy. But that's the way it was done back then. In case you hadn't, I mean, I'm sure most of you remember Saturday morning cartoons, but very, very different to how things are today. And you're gonna remember this is American animation. Japanese animation is completely different. The Chim Chim animation. That's exactly right. I couldn't remember his name. That was one I considered doing like one of the episodes for Speed Racer too, which Speed Racer is just great. And if you want a good fun movie, I know some people didn't like it, but I think they did the Speed Racer movie fantastic. Very much in the light of what Speed Racer was. Ooh, look at that. I like the gold, little gold thing here. They added a lot of the gold in. But yeah, the Speed Racer movie with like Susan Sarandon and John Goodman, it was fantastic. They picked the characters really well. They all acted very well. It was over the top the way it should be. Yeah, I agree. It is better on later viewings. I agree. But at the same time, I think they did a very good job of making it just fun and goofy. And yeah, I enjoyed it. But if you're looking for a fun time, then definitely go check that out. All right, back to the cartoon. So this would be where a commercial normally would be, I think, because oh no, so you're hitting the plot thickens point, because all cartoons followed that model where it's like your introduction, you find out who the characters are that are going to be in the show for that time. The plot thickens. we're not at the climax yet because we don't, we're not where the main bad guy is and what he's really up to and his nefarious plot, blah blah blah. See ya, Ben. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And so now we're on to more. Yep, there we go. So there was our first commercial. Anyway. You're a bad guy.
It's a matter of opinion.
Well, you stole wheels and kidnapped me. So it's my opinion that you're a bad guy.
I second your opinion, Dave.
So that little girl's voice, I recognize it from some other cartoons, and I can't place where it is, but I definitely recognize her voice. Kind of funny. But yeah, that whole attitude of little people, no offense, little people always had that attitude in cartoons. It was kind of funny. My mouse is being weird. There we go.
Then it's settled. You're a bad guy, and someone ought to tell your mother.
That's so just cheesy. So cheesy.
Brody, are you absolutely sure it was Greg Dumont?
That's affirmative. Daisy was sleeping in the car when Dumont stole it.
I know you kind of like the guy. I'm sorry, Tess.
It's too late to be sorry. Let's get him.
Let's get him.
Tracking his course on the radar, Dan. I think I know a shortcut that'll catch him.
Let's get him.
What are you doing?
I'm packing a laptop for a new Maestro student.
Oh,
Ah.
what is Maestro?
It's the first AI university. Have you not heard of it?
So it's like ChatGPT.
Sorry about that. I hate commercials. So this kind of looks a little bit how Pole Position actually looked, even though they didn't have the trees really. That was kind of funny that they throw in the map stuff there.
Brody, take over.
What are you doing?
I've seen this in the movies 100 times. There's nothing to it.
What is he doing? Your brother is crazy.
It runs in the family.
It runs in the family. And he's gonna screw up, and then they'll have to.
Brody, would you please put a seatbelt on my brother?
Laughing at. Hey, get it out.
Oh, it's so cheesy.
I'm sorry I got
So
you
cheesy.
involved in this, Daisy. It's all my fault.
It's not. Don't talk that way. It's his fault.
I don't want you involved in this either.
Well, I am. So there. Huh.
Yeah, so there.
Again, cheesy. It's like, so there. Huh. All right, we're putting, so we have the bottom part of the suspension here. We're putting the top on. Make sure these are oriented right and everything is not bent goofy, so everything fits in. It goes over top here. Oh man, it's a tight fit. Holy cow. And I have that going the right way, because these things are supposed to fit inside. That goes on there. There we go. All right, so we got that there, and now they clip down. So yeah, the suspension is pretty cool. That is really neat. All right. We're about halfway through the episode. A little bit more
Go
than halfway.
On. Get out.
Be careful, Daisy.
Don't worry. I will.
Be careful. Look, it just lets her off in like the middle of nowhere.
Dumont, this is Dan Darrett. Do you read me? I read you, Darrett. Listen to me, Dumont.
Greg, please let Daisy go.
Relax, Tess. I already have. She's at the picnic area off Route 38.
Greg, what are you doing?
Off Route 38. All right. Send the chopper down.
I've got an unidentified aircraft on my radar screen.
Number 3386. Logan's favorite piece.
There it is.
Oh no! He took the little girl! Oh no! that won't last long, but it's a cartoon.
We'll catch Wheels and Doom out and try to make a trade for Daisy and Dan.
Make a trade for Daisy and Dad. That sounds funny. He's supposed to be like a superhero guy, I guess. But he's kind of a klutz.
Vance, are you still with me? I'm right on top of you, Dumont. Oh, yes, I almost forgot. I've got the little girl. Let her go, Vance. She has nothing to do with this.
She has nothing to do with this.
Fool, Dumont. The girl is our insurance.
It's kind of a neat way to put this stuff together.
We'll argue about that later. Right now, I need you to slow down the other car. Don't disable them. Just make it look good. Roger.
Again, the synthesizer music all going.
That was a close one. What do you mean?
Ah! Semi truck. Funny how that works.
How are we gonna find Daisy?
Dumont's the key. I got a feeling he'll lead us right to Daisy.
I'm not sure I can keep a radar fix on him once we get into the city.
With or without radar, nobody loses me.
See, very campy. That is the way of the cartoons in the 80s. And I guess 90s too. My mouse seems to have disappeared for some reason. I gotta unplug it and plug it back in. I wonder if that's why it's going good. There we go. So again, ridiculousness as far as the things that happen in the cartoon and things that just would you see it in movies all the time, them going through, well, in this case, a stairwell to the subway or, you know, whatever. It's always over the top, and it, you know, kids always looked at it and were like, man, that is so cool. Look at it. Look what they're doing, blah, blah, blah. Or like even like the technology, the computers, that sort of thing. So always, always, always cheesy, over the top, but that's what Saturday morning was all about. Made it fun. Oh, it doesn't want to click play. Come on. I don't know why my mouse is being weird. Hold on. My mouse is really being weird. There we go. All right. And now my other cat is here. Yay!
Dumont, I hate to bother you, but my radar scan has picked up a large missile-like object racing toward us at a great speed.
A
I was
large.
just wondering if you had a plan.
It might need charge. It really might.
Yes, I do.
It really might need charge. So, because it does. It is a rechargeable mouse. So.
I think I should take off.
This is easy. It's just like the Super Tube.
Yeah, but the number 2 have a train in it.
Of course it doesn't have a train.
Ah!
Are you crazy?
Of course, the computer knows.
When I say trust me, I mean trust me.
Are you here in Pennsylvania and still relying on space heaters scattered all over your...
No, I don't use space heaters.
Turkey.
Quiet little girl.
Boy, are you a turkey?
Behind me, Vance. We've got him. I said be quiet. You've done well, Dumont. Don't come any closer.
Yeah, I really think that the villain, I recognize his voice from other things.
Both in the computer terminal.
And how he looks. He looks a lot. Good catch.
Moving around and bring me those modules.
Greg, how could you do this?
You wouldn't understand.
And they always say that too in these kind of
How about
serials.
my money?
Even in the
Relax, you
80s
lot.
with
You'll get what's
things like
coming
Knight
to
Rider
you.
and stuff.
Now
It
get
was
back
always
over
the
there and
exact
watch the other two.
it was always the exact same thing, you know. You wouldn't understand, blah 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 blah.
You're a pole position agent, Dumont, and a traitorous one at that. Do you think I could ever be foolish enough to trust you?
Oh no!
Zachary,
It's a
you
double
sold us
cross.
He certainly did, and now these modules will give me.
So
the
there's the
information I
sticker
need
here,
to break
Williams
into your
Engineering. That
computers
goes in the
and
engine compartment.
destroy Dr. Zachary forever.
Please be gentle with Mr. Dumont. He's one of my best agents.
Haha.
Mr. Vance, I'd like to take this
The
opportunity
triple
to
cross, or
inform you
double
that you can
triple.
now kiss your entire computer system goodbye.
What? I don't understand.
Wait, I think I do. Uncle Zachary rigged Rhodey and Wheels to destroy your computers. And you, Dumont, you're a great actor.
It's not over yet.
So there we go. We got the Williams Racing in
Your
here.
computers will blow in 60 seconds.
Let her go, Vance.
Be quiet.
Be quiet. That's all that guy has to say.
Nancy, run to the computer terminal, quickly. Press them off.
Now, see, that was in the preview. It's like that ruins the whole.
Forget about that.
But
Get out now. The police will pick up Vance outside the building. Please get us out of here.
Please get us out of here.
complain about playing family again.
Hurry, Daisy, let's go.
And this is not how computers explode or blow up. That is so. Oh, what's this say? Sabelt. So it goes on here. I gotta do 2 of these. Oh, there's another poster. That guy's gonna be like, "I'll get you next time."
You mean to tell me Dr. Zachary planned the whole thing?
No, the
For the
exception of
first
Daisy getting
episode.
called, he planned everything.
For the
I guess
first
that means your dating
episode.
me was also part of the plan.
I tried to tell you, Tess, but I just couldn't. I really care for you, and that wasn't part of the plan.
That wasn't part of the plan.
Yeah, think he's gonna kiss her.
That's affirmative.
Ah,
Hey, Tess, I thought I was your main guy.
You are, Wheels, but there are some things even a computer can't do.
so campy. All right. So that it's so weird to me that they have, like, again, it's one of those things that, like, this is a kid's show and they have like kissing in it and stuff and like things that kids would be like, what the heck is this? You know, why is this in my cartoon? And I don't remember that. And again, this is the first episode. I don't remember that in this show. I really don't. I just remember the computers. I remember that they could be removed from the cars. Yeah, it's just weird that, like, now that I'm seeing it again, it's like, wow, they had a lot of, you know, a lot of adult-ish type stuff in the in what they did. So it's kind of interesting. So, all right, let's play the end credits just for the fun of it. And then we can go on to episode 2. We're not going to do more than that. Because the end music, yeah, I was going to say, the end music is a kind of just a reprise. And then we'll go on to episode 2. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're having a great Saturday and enjoy some Saturday morning cartoons. All right, let's move on to episode 2. Probably have to pause it because it's going to have a... Oh, there we go. Oh, this one's quieter. Hold on. Let me adjust my sound here. You're sorting Lego? Nice. All right, let me adjust my volume here. Let me see if I can fix my mouse too. There we go. All right. All right. I have my volume all the way up. See if this is a little bit better. This one might not be a good... Oh, yeah, that's way quieter. Let's try this one. See if it's any...
Pounding adventure today for the pole position team. And the chicken who knew too much.
The chicken who knew too much. Interesting. Alright, that one's also quiet for some odd reason. Let's try this one. Like I said, I'm not going to do like a ton of episodes. There we go.
Limited action today as the pole position team comes face to face with strangers on the ice.
Strangers on the Ice. And that's what it's called. Strangers on the Ice. I didn't think it was going to be that cheesy. So, again, they do that intro that's kind of weird. And... It might be a little bit quieter. I apologize, but that's what we have. And next time I'll put it through my computer so it's much louder. So, but we'll have it in the background and pole position. So who remembers the names of the cars? I know they're saying them here in the intro. But do you remember their names? I do. They just said it, but I know the names. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're having fun. I hope you are doing something Lego-ish, but also just enjoying yourself.
Like you and I have turned their passion into an IT career. JobWorks Education and Training has helped hundreds of students just like you gain certifications and employer connections to quickly launch their tech career.
There we go. Can't do anything about the YouTube commercials. I'll try to mute them when I can, but if I'm busy building, it's kind of hits all of a sudden.
When we get these stuff perfected, Rhodey, we'll be the hottest thing on ice.
Yeah, but I'll freeze my hubcaps off first.
Again, plenty of campiness, plenty of goofiness.
Dan, Uncle Zachary's calling.
You take it, Tess. I'm busy.
Yeah. Haha.
The greatest. He can drive on anything.
So they say Dan's the greatest, yet he constantly, like, not necessarily wrecks, but he is very,
Take a back seat,
Oh, I got someone coming to
show you
my
how it's done.
door. Hold on. Hold on a second. I will be right back. Hello. Ugh. Sorry about that. Guy coming around trying to sell solar to me and everyone else in the neighborhood. Solar's fine in areas where you're sunny most of the time, and where you can take advantage of the sun. However, that is not this area. We get way, way less sun overall. I mean, like on sunny days, it's like today, I mean, it's perfectly fine, and solar would be great. It doesn't make sense to do, and like they're always saying, you know, they pay for the cost of installing blah 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 blah, and guess what? It ends up being that you end up paying more a lot of times, mostly because, again, the area, they're not able to recoup the amount of money they invest with the solar in an area like this. So yeah, it just doesn't make sense for us. So solar's fine, like I said, in Florida, Texas, a lot of time. I mean, Arizona makes sense, you know, all that stuff. But here, no. So, whee! Oh man, look at him go! Ice is very different to drive on, for sure. I do kind of want a raccoon monkey hybrid like him, so.
Get it on the second try.
Dan, Uncle Zachary wants us to take the truck and meet him right now.
Uncle Zachary's coming in person?
Ooh, we get to see Uncle Zach in person instead.
Practice my stunt.
Do what you want. I'm taking the truck with me.
Alright, so we got another decal to put on here. Oh, how's the sound, by the way, on this one? Hopefully it's decent enough. And I will have it going through my machine next time. I just wasn't able to.
Zach better get here soon, or I'm gonna be a snow cone. You in there, Uncle Zach?
Close, but no cigar.
Haha. See, it's almost like they almost did this like
Inside that crate is a revolutionary utopian
Mission Impossible, like being like, you know, you think you're getting this, but you're not. It's okay.
So we could build this working model. No one at pole position's ever seen Russell, who's a bit of a hermit. The doctor's currently working on a vital project and can't take the time.
This is really neat how they designed.
That's where you come in.
How they designed these panels here to go on and make it look nice and smooth.
I can't go around delivering packages. I got things to do.
Sure, you'll rise to the occasion.
Look at that. It actually works pretty good. Very nice and smooth, and it's like they planned it that way.
Friends in the family, Dan, on the male side.
Ooh, look at that. On the male side. Yep. On the male side, of course. You have to get on everybody's case. Well, you're going a little too fast.
The truck's friends. They can't take this climb.
Well, I guess we can't get that crate to this Dr. Russell.
Nice try, Dan. But if we can't bring the crate to Dr. Russell, we'll bring Dr. Russell to the crate.
So they're just gonna leave the truck there, and go drive and get some weird random guy. Sure, that makes sense. And of course, the theme music has to go with the cart. See, why do they need...
Perfect for practicing my new stunt.
Perfect for an accident.
What do you mean by that?
It's too slippery, Dan. I will not.
I'll just fly this one solo.
Just this one. Just this one. See, someone that's really, like, involved in government saving the world would not be so reckless. And of course, it's a cartoon. The wheels would not be frozen. That's not how it works. Not how it works. So again, cheesy, goofy, does not make sense in the real world. I mean, the wheels might be slipping a little bit, but it would not be frozen. You could have gotten killed.
Dan?
Me? Didn't even mess my hair.
Bad news, fellas. My front axle's busted.
Oh.
We'll give you a tow, Rhodey, until we find a garage for repairs. Meanwhile, we'll continue on to Dr. Russell's.
Dr. Russell.
Let me drive, sis. It's the least I can do for getting us into this mess.
See?
On second thought, you'd better drive. You could use some practice time behind the wheel.
You're all heart, Dan.
So, of course, now he's scared, blah blah blah, and he has to overcome that. That's part of the what this particular show will be. So he says a weird thing though. He's like it's the least I can do for getting us in this mess. But his driving is what got them into the mess in the first place. So it makes no sense whatsoever. Oh well, I mean, like, again, that's the way these shows are. Oh, look at this. We got like these little they're printed. I wonder how many I have. Oh, at least 4. Nope, 3. I have 3. Okay. They're these little printed tiles that are kind of, I mean, it's going to go with like an angle somewhere here to add to it. And in fact, we have words. So let's read the words. It says 6 chassis were built for the Williams FW14B, numbered 6 through 11, continuing the serial numbers from the predecessors, the FW14. Ooh. I don't know if that's information that we really care about. All right, let us continue. We are 7 minutes into this episode, so we're about a third of the way through. And nothing important has happened, really. We just know there's a guy that they are trying to find.
Oh.
You okay, Dan?
100%.
Dan is not okay. Everyone knows Dan is not okay. Ah, okay, this is where this goes. So we have not in there. Not in there.
Sure, I can fix it.
That's awful nice of you.
Make sure you don't scratch the chromax.
Oh, that was so cheesy.
Gotta get this radio fixed.
How far to Russell's house from here, Rhodey?
Close. Just over the hill.
Just over the hill, of course. And of course, you don't want the mechanic to know that it is a, you know, a talking computer car, blah, blah, blah.
If you folks are making a delivery, I'm in.
You're Dr. Russell?
Ted Russell. Pleased to meet you.
All right, there we go. I get an extra one of those.
But there's been a little change in plans, Dr. Russell.
The satellite's in our truck. I'll take you there.
Daisy and I will take the Steve Road thing.
All right, we are on to bag 4 of 8 bags. More suspension. That must be for the front. So far in this episode... Oh, hello.
Are you the guys with the delivery for Dr. Russell?
Yeah?
Great. I'm Tim Russell. Glad I caught up with you.
Pat. So there's... So I was just going to say...
2? Why, what do you mean?
You and the one my sister just went off with to the truck. but this is simply...
So I was just going to say, up to this point, we haven't seen anything that's like, oh, you know, a bad guy or anything. So it just happened. Because obviously that's the real Russell dude. And she drove off with him. And there, I was going to say, this one's a weird episode because they haven't had nothing that's like, that was a villain of any kind. It was just the ice so far.
dreadful.
Which you know is going to, they're going to use to their advantage somehow.
Brody, can you raise wheels and warn Tess?
Let me try. Too bad I'm not getting through.
We've got to...
How can they not be getting through?
I have to wait for my car.
Here, let me go. I can show him the way.
Are you sure?
I'm a big girl, Dan.
Okay.
I'm a big girl,
I'll get
Dan.
Molly.
So cheesy.
That's my sister in there.
What?
That guy is crazy. I have a bad feeling about those guys, Kuma. We better go after them.
They're just ruining everything, aren't they?
Don't you know it's illegal to sit in the middle of the street?
Excuse me, but I need to borrow your Jeep.
he just somehow it was that easy. And
You drive? I'll give directions.
Are you dumb or just plain crazy?
Two different Dr. Russells have just taken my sisters.
Two Dr. Russells? That sounds strange. Let's get to the bottom of this.
why does it sound strange? Well, maybe she's Dr. Russell. She's the real doctor. Who knows? This one.
Out. This is how I can afford this Jeep Wrangler. I was paying $240.
No one cares how you.
Time for a recharge.
No one cares how you are affording your
Now
Jeep
for the satellite,
Wrangler,
Dr. Russell.
which is all poo anyway.
You beautiful doll.
I'm so
This
confused.
is the real Dr. Russell, Tess.
I know you. You're Ted Ratchet of Interdynamic Plastics. Well, I know you too, Motormouth. Tim LePage of Standard Components.
You're both crooks?
Industrial spies, if you please. In competition.
That's just so silly.
But we could team up. Why not?
Why not?
Because we'll stop you.
You'll do no such thing.
See,
Apparently, without their cars,
Help Tess and Davy. If only I could get through to Rhodey.
without their cars, like they seem pretty
this cave will
useless.
give you some shelter and we'll keep you warm. As soon as we get to safety, we'll call the authorities and tell them where you are. Now I ask you, are we nice guys or what?
It's just so weird. All right, this one has to go this way. Oh no, it's a cave in. There goes the truck. Oh, they moved.
We've got to get out of here. Here, it's not in the ice.
All right. That must be one. So here's the thing. So if that heater that's sitting right there, right beside them, or pretty darn close to them, if that heater is actually melting the ice, then they would probably be burning like it's so bad. Yeah, that's really bad. And of course, as a kid, you wouldn't. You'd just be like, "Oh no, they're getting, you know, the ice is melting." You wouldn't even think about the fact that, like, if it's hot enough to be melting the ice that quickly, they would basically be roasting. And you know, yeah, it's just so. That's worse than cheesy. That's just boring. You know, let's create a crisis, which unfortunately is how a lot of movies and shows are doing things these days, it seems. And I don't know how far that's supposed to go in. It doesn't look like it goes all the way. It goes partially. Oh no, it only can go partially. I've never encountered that before. Interesting. All right, so yeah, that they would be dying if it was that hot.
Oh, it's a 328-inch computer. I didn't know those were available yet.
We're not.
Oh, I see. Still working on the temper.
Both those guys were phony.
Wheels, feed us the coordinates.
All right. I gotta see if I can charge up my mouse because it is definitely having issues. So. There we go. Hopefully that helps it. Hey, it's happier now. How about that? All right.
Coordinates, the cave should be right here.
I bet you it's right under them. They're gonna sink. I bet you. I bet you. Oh, see? Yep, there it goes. It's a cave-in. I called it. I called the cave-in. All right, here's our suspension going in. There we go.
Hope you don't mind us dropping in.
Not at all.
It's so bad. And it's funny. So it's quite funny too that like so they had obviously there's a cave in and they fell through the ice into a cave, at least a 10-foot, 15-foot drop, and nothing. Like there wasn't even a sound of the vehicle like hitting the floor. It was that bad. Saturday morning cereals. Oops. Oh no!
Now what do we do? If we could lighten the load, we can move the truck.
Ooh.
Let's dump their car.
Let's dump their car. That just seems like a...
How do we start this thing?
I think I can help you there.
Hey, it talks. Never mind that. How can you help?
Wait.
I know the combination. Just my memory bank.
It talks. Never mind that. That is not what anyone would say.
Earn Roblox digital gift cards with Microsoft Rewards.
No one loves Roblox. Well, I know some people do, but that's never something I ever got into.
Now let's start
All right, so the suspension actually does flex and work. So it's pretty neat.
We'll never get out at this rate.
I know another way, but we'd need to make a fire.
And we have to put on these things as well. Okay, so this is another cheesy thing that would not work. The flares would not do that. And here's the other thing. They have a heater, apparently, that does lots of melting of things. So, like, I don't understand why... Oh, the whole thing shifts. That's cool. That is not how that would work. Ever. All right. There we go. So we turn this, and the front shifts. So this is going to be designed to work with the steering wheel. That's pretty cool.
I got a rule with old cars. Once they start giving you trouble, get rid of them.
Oh no! Don't get rid of me. So great. He's just on a thing of ice. That's hilarious. Oh, this is great. I'm glad I watched this. This one's better.
Now let's go get the truck. Sounds like Wheels is in trouble.
Give us a status report, Wheels.
Those goons have stuck me and the car on a
Oh no, big ice cubes.
We're on our way. Keep your cool. Rhodey, get a fix on Wheels. We'll meet him in the Jeep. Got it.
Meanwhile, we'll catch up with the truck.
So again, another thing that there is no way that that little tiny piece of ice that the car is sitting on would ever float. And again, kids aren't going to think about that sort of thing, of course. but it is kind of funny. Like even if we had thought as kids of just anything remotely like, hey, wait, could that happen? I mean, yeah, no, that's not how that would work in any way. Any way. So, but let's go to the skis now, I guess. Whee! All right, hold on. He's got a little sled.
Second thought, I'll go after the truck. And you'll ride in the car.
You ever skied before, Sonny?
Nah, but how hard could it be?
I don't like skiing. Skiing is not for me. All right, so let's put this together. So this is the seat, obviously, and this goes here. And it goes right on there. So we're gonna put the steering wheel right here. Oh, and that whole thing goes on the underneath. It's too dangerous.
Here goes nothing.
Oh, I gotta put this in a different spot. Wait.
Tough sister, kid.
Sure do.
There we go.
There's the truck.
Removing more cat hair. Wait, what? First time skiing and he's doing that.
I think I'm getting the hang of this.
Alright, steering wheel goes on. So see the steering wheel here
Take it easy, Kuma, you're safe.
moves the front wheels. So we can actually steer this thing, which is pretty cool. I like that.
I don't think I got the hang of this at all.
No, it doesn't sound like you do. This is a long episode. I feel like we've been watching for quite a while. There we go. There's still like 5 minutes to go. That's weird. Alright, we got more tiny stickers to put on. Menzel Renault. This goes on
We're
there.
on top of the truck. Trying to implement Plan B. As soon as I figure out what Plan B is.
Oh no! What is Plan B? What is it? See, and if she was really doing... Of course, there's a waterfall. Of course, there's a waterfall. But if she was doing this, like, she would have been... If there's ice around, she would have been frozen. I know, cartoons.
Let's just hope the engine's not too cold to start.
Oh, come on. If these are...
Hovercraft mode wheels.
If these are government whatever... Well, see, that's a good point, and that's something to think about. As a kid, you don't think about that stuff. As adults, yes, we do. But, like, it's... And I agree. There are certain... And this is probably why it only lasted one season. There are certain cartoons that were more interesting, more fun, that sort of thing. This one is way cheesier than I remember. But as a kid, you wouldn't have noticed it, I don't think. I mean, we might think, even as adults, we might think about it now of like, oh yeah, that's, you know, I would have been like, what is this? But as a kid, whenever, you got to remember, this was technology that did not exist, that we never had, that we weren't, first of all, thinking about. And like, so it was things to imagine and pretend and, you know, consider, hey, you know, this is the future, you know, or, you know, there could be things like this, and we would have been eating it up. And again, this was 84, so like this was the time of Knight Rider, which seemed more realistic, obviously, and stuff like that. So yeah, it oops, did I do that wrong side? No. Oh, it's just telling me to do that on the other side. So I think it would have held the attention back then, but I guess there's always a possibility. For me, I remember watching it, but again, only one season, so.
That was super teamwork.
Now we've got an account to settle. So let's burn rubber.
Burn rubber! I will say this, Speed Racer was much better as far as, like, it was still campy, but it was Japanese animation, so it was a little bit better.
Can you really earn a degree without paying anything?
Yes,
Nope.
you can earn a degree at Maestro without paying anything. If you qualify, you receive a scholarship.
Apparently you can do a scholarship without paying anything. I disagree, but, you know, that's me. Alright, this will be the last one we watch, but it's been fun.
Drop down through the side
So,
windows and grab.
and both the guys that they're after are pretty old. See, that's just silly. Again, I know the whole thing is silly, but that's overly silly. Oh, look, the perfect track that he would be going down. Definitely very silly. I'm putting these stickers on pretty good. That's a rock. Oh. So bad.
You're sure in a hurry.
Wait, and he made it down. Oh, jeez. He made it down to the guy. Of course he did.
Here, take the bill out of this.
That should just about cover it.
Of course he did.
Time to take on our truck. Maybe I just better lie down.
It's so silly. Everything about this is silly. There's Paisley. How you doing? There you go. Cut him off at the pass because that's gonna be smart. What?
The motor stalled.
What? Also, no. Oh my word, this is so bad. I can understand your sentiment of it might not have held your attention. But again, so they're inventing so many things that would happen. Yeah, after I'm done with this episode, I'm not going to be watching anymore. I'll just be building and putting this together. But it's been a cool build so far. It really has. So hopefully you've gotten to enjoy some of the campiness of Saturday morning cartoons and remember how things were back in the day. And we were happy to have them. So cheesy or not. And back then we didn't think they were cheesy. I mean, like even Knight Rider episodes that I've seen recently, they are super cheesy, like super cheesy. And back in the day, we thought they were great. I'm thinking of like Airwolf 2 and stuff like that.
Those two spies each learned about the delivery in advance. They hope to steal the satellite by getting to you first with fake IDs.
Fake IDs, man! Listen to that. They're already, talking about fake IDs back in the 80s. It's gonna be that lady. Yep.
Dora! How did you know the combination? The full name's Theodora. Theodora Russell.
You're T.H. Russell?
And now I better get to checking my device.
My device. Let's hope that the device works, right? Right.
Well, if it's a coma catcher, it works just fine.
Well, there you go. Of course, everything worked out. So, there we go. 2 episodes of Pole Position one of the not greatest, definitely not greatest cartoons that ever existed. So, but yeah, I figured it would be fun to just play around. Next week, next Saturday, if I stream, I probably will, but these Saturday streams aren't going to be every weekend necessarily. And we're gonna minimize this. There we go. And just back to the normal stream. I just wanted to do a few just to see how things went. And again, I'm next week I'll put it through the computer itself. That way it's not like just coming through the microphone. And because if it does, it's dependent on the what is it dependent on? It's dependent on how loud the stream can be made. And hi. Plus now you guys get to see Paisley in all her glory. She is enjoying her box. So how's everyone doing today? What are you doing? Next week I'm hoping to do we just picked up last night a friendz theater that can be used to create the Muppets theater. So I'm going to figure out the Muppets, or figure out the theater first, the friendz way, and then take a look at some images that some people have done and start working on making it be a theater for the Muppets, because we have all the Muppets characters. So, oh, that's right. Never mind. Not next week. Library setup. Hey, you're supposed to be driving. Stop that. Go back to driving. All right, I'm going to put my music back on. That way there's some more background noise. So there we go. That's right, I forgot. So next week we're actually setting up for the Cranberry Library. They are doing dinosaurs this summer, so we have a bunch of things to set up for that. Actually, I have... I'll bring it over at the end. My wife's contribution to it. So see this little thing? This is the back brake light that's supposed to flash, and it's something that Formula One has had for a long time. Lots of racing organizations use it, and this last weekend, whenever we were doing our racing, we have one of those lights. But apparently it's not regulated that everyone needs to have one. And with it raining last week the way it was very difficult to see some people's, just the cars themselves, because of the amount of overspray and everything. And I thought that was really weird, like, and people were complaining about it, as they should be. It's like, why would they not have that regulated, that it was something that you had to have on your car for that kind of racing? Like, if you're in wet, it's going to be, awful. Like, if other drivers can't see your rear end, then you're going to get run into. And a number of times that happened to people. Luckily not us. But yeah, it just seems like it's such a simple thing to have in your car, or on your car, but it's not a requirement, and that just seems very short-sighted to me. So it was something as a crew chief, I complained to one of the officials. I was like, this needs to be a requirement. If you're gonna have people doing wet racing, wet weather racing, everybody needs to have that same thing. He was like, yeah, a lot of people have brought that up. So yeah, next Saturday, I won't be streaming in the morning. Maybe I'll do it in the afternoon. It just depends on how long things take or whatever. Or what else we're doing. But we are setting up for the Cranberry Library, and it should be a really cool display. I'll definitely get pictures of that, or maybe I'll do video. But the concept, of course, is dinosaurs, but we're gonna have, like, so this case is really weird looking. It's not a square, it's not a rectangle, it's not a triangle. It's a combination of all three of those. And so, like, you have some parts that are angled, you have straight parts, and then another, it's really bizarre. But we figured out how we're going to set it up to have things in there, and we have, I think, 5 people that are helping to put things together for this display, and some of them are actually putting them in today. There's a couple things that are going in, and we'll have to adjust from there next week because it just works better for their schedule. However, so one of the things that'll be going in is a volcano. Like one of the people, actually the guy that has helped me in the past with the Hoth display is working on a volcano that will be up in the middle, pretty much in the middle of everything. And then we're gonna have my wife's thing over here. We're gonna have a big waterfall over here. We're gonna have some other stuff over here, so like skeletons and things. So it looks like it's gonna be a pretty cool setup. And it always ends up coming together. Like we figure out how to make things work pretty well with these displays. So. So this is where we're gonna have a little bit more. So the car is gonna go on. So next week will not be streaming unless it's later in the day or something. But then it wouldn't be Saturday morning. So, but like I said, this is not an every week type of thing. Tuesday though should be something fun. What will it be? Well, you'll have to wait and see. Can't spoil all the surprises. Hopefully that gets put down, or something else goes on top of there, because it doesn't. There's only one stud that's holding those down. Yeah, I almost forgot about the library because that's coming up quick. This whole thing is going to be removable, I think, because you need to be able to see into the engine compartment, even though this doesn't have like a real working engine. Like some of the models that they've done with Technic, they have actual, working pistons and stuff in there. This one does not have that. It more focuses on the build of the car itself versus having a working engine, which is fine. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. This is gonna clip onto these things that we just did. Oops. So another thing that I plan on doing is not only having, watching cartoons here and there and, just having fun with stuff. Another thing I want to do is have people on to build and sort and everything with me. I think it'll be fun to have everybody, watching and having fun and, talking about, and again, including building, because I'm not a fan of the streams where it's just talk. And that's perfectly fine for other people to have to do those streams. Perfectly, whatever. That's up to them. I'm not a fan of it. I think it's a little bit boring. Talk while you build. And, a Lego or I should say a brick stream is supposed to be about building or sorting or something with the bricks. Just talking about it just seems a little bit boring. So that's why, I've been on a couple shows like that where they're talking about things. But anytime I was on those shows, I made sure I was building something. I always made sure that was part of what I did. Because it's important to me. I think that makes the show, not the show better, but I think that's what the focus of the show is supposed to be. More than just, hey, this is us, we're a bunch of talking heads. There are so many like news programs and stuff that are just talking heads and things like that, and it's like I don't need that. I don't need your opinion on stuff necessarily. I want to see what you're building. So maybe that's just me. Ah, this has so many stickers. And Paisley is like, I could care less. Like, I could care less. But if you're gonna pet me, you know, that's different. It just randomly decided to fall off. Interesting. This is the tail, essentially. The officially rear spoiler. Rear spoiler. You know, Saturday morning. I shouldn't be I should be sleeping on it. So, nah, I won't sleep that long. So this is interesting. So we have another cannon sticker. So there's like a whole bunch of cannon stickers on this guy. Obviously he's a cannon car. But... Oh, I put the... Wait. Oh no. Wait. What? Aha! I was like, oh no, did I put the wrong sticker on? So they have a full sticker and then they have a half sticker. Because the spoiler is going to come down on top. This. Actually, I'm going to have a little bit lower. See how this works. See if I did a good job. Oh yeah, that came out pretty good. Look at that. And again, I know it's backwards for you because I have everything mirrored. Alright, so this goes on here. We do the other side. And then all just fits together. Happy and willy-nilly. Simple. Number 5. Here and everything goes together nicely. Here we go. This might go somewhere. I don't see it going anywhere though. I mean, this. I really think that is an extra piece. I don't see where it could go. Everything is up the way it should be. Let me go back and look and see where it used 2x1s. I didn't see anywhere that it was using 2x1s. Aha! There is one. Got to start over. Boo, boo, boo. Into the... Aha. There's one over there. I think. Is it under the... Oh, I did that part. It was under there. See if I can fit it in. Nope. It doesn't go there. Oh, no, that's there. So I did that. I don't think... No, it doesn't go there. Where's this? No, I did those on the sides. Those are there. Those are there. Okay. So I did those. One on either side. Another place that it went on. Hey, so you playing? I don't... Ah, okay. So this does stick out just a little bit further. Snip that off. Put this in here. No, I did put it on. Maybe it's a second one. Go further back. Oh, it does stick out further. So I guess there are two that go. Are two that way? Yes, there are two. Okay. But needs an extra. There we go. Alright, more words. The active suspension on the Williams FW14B was a hydraulic system that allowed the car to remain level while turning at high speeds. Well, that definitely would have changed things very, very, very quickly. Back in the day. Oh, it's 11 o'clock already. Sheesh. Alright, well, we'll just keep building. We had some fun with the cartoons and stuff, so we'll just finish up this build and call it a morning. Don't you dare gnaw on those tires. Big ball of fluff. I don't know what it is about at least this cat. Our other cats didn't do that, but for some reason she loves like plastic bags, stickers, like all that stuff. Anything that's sticky. She loves tape. Like she loves, I don't know, she's just weird. Just weird that way. Let's put a little headlight fluid on this. Oh, that goes right in the middle. That's... You don't normally see that where it goes in the middle of the brick. But it's because it goes like in between the suspension here. That went on nicely. But yeah, that makes sense. So the little, it's not a real suspension piece, like it doesn't connect, but it's made to look like it intersects with the rest of the suspension, or it's the shaft that goes to the tires, and it's not, because it is not actually going to connect with the tires, because that would make it so the things could not turn the way that they do. Alright, now we're doing the... So let's move him aside a bit. We're going to do this big front here. The big nose of the car. This set is still out, so it came out like a year ago, maybe, with all the F1 stuff that's been happening. So it is still out in the store. We actually saw it at the Lego store last night. So I appreciate this being given to me. I know I worked doing the crew chiefing stuff, but I never expect, you know, to receive anything for this. I mean, it's awesome, but like, you know, I do the crew chiefing because I enjoy it, and it's fun, and it's a necessary thing. Like, you need somebody that's like keeping track of stuff. And I know some of the teams are weird because like they have 2 people on the team. So you have a driver and then the guy that's doing everything else, and then they switch, and the guy that was the driver is now the crew chief guy, and vice versa. And like, they just never have time for a break, and they, you know, that's the way they operate. Which, with smaller, whenever you have a smaller budget and stuff like that, I can understand. I mean, we don't have a huge budget either. We do what we can with what we got. But we do have 3 very good drivers. And we're actually potentially adding 2. Oops, that didn't go. We're actually potentially adding to our roster my nephew at the next race. Again, potentially. He was there this past time and he really enjoyed it, it seems. And we asked him about, you know, hey, you want to help out a little bit more? Now, he's only 17. He can't do all the stuff in the pits. Like, you can't do anything with like the fueling or anything like that. You have to be 18 for that. But I put that in the wrong spot. I was like, why does that not work? But now I understand. But yeah, he had a lot of fun, even though it was wet and rainy the first day. He enjoyed himself and expressed interest in helping, so he will be in some capacity to start with, and then hopefully more as he gets older and he can do more, maybe do some fueling and stuff. We'll see. We will see. So Colby, calling you out. We're eagerly anticipating your participation with the racing group. Okay, and this is a bull. All these stickers are sponsors, and I understand that Lego with all the, like, you wouldn't want to print this many, but this isn't like a UCS set. Like on a UCS set, yes, you need to print the things. But on this, totally makes sense that you have stickers, and in this case, a lot of them. Oh, other side. Cars like this, a lot of times, is kind of rinse repeat. You know, you do it on one side and then you do the same thing on the other. But that's to be expected. A lot of stuff is symmetrical. Whereas when you do something like the Millennium Falcon, parts of it are symmetrical, and parts of it definitely are not. This is a weird, I'm not sure. I'm guessing this goes underneath the suspension. But like, these are long. I'm sure it will go under the suspension, but it's kind of goofy how it looks. there, or does it go inside one more? I think it goes in like that. Yep. That's very interesting how that goes. But again, it's all aerodynamics to keep things going. The aerodynamics of racing cars are very nuts. And there's a ton of science behind it and how it works. Ooh, we're gonna get to the nose. Oh, by the way, dear, if you are still listening, I do think the moving truck was for the ones. Oh, there's someone coming here. Hold on. Be right back. Hello. Good, how are you? Why is everyone coming out on these Saturdays? Jeez. Well, it's a nice day, so that was the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints people, and they were coming by to be like, hey, do you want to learn more about this? And I said no, because that is not how the Bible works. So, yeah. It's alright. Everyone has their own beliefs to everything. Like, would you like to learn more about it? I said, no, I don't need to know more about it. And Paisley's like, you're ruining my nap by getting interrupted all the time. Okay, so this goes in there. Perfect. This goes here. And then, so this is interesting. This is a weird. This is a weird sticker here. But it looks like a YMCA guy. I mean, it very well could be, but I doubt it. They just had a little guy going, "Yay!" and that's the sticker. It's so weird. Little dude just happy and, you know, expressing joy. Yay! So next time I build on a Saturday morning, I will definitely definitely say what I'm building, like, or what I'm building and what I'm going to be. Well, I did say what I was building, but I will definitely say what I'll be watching, if I can think of what I'll be watching ahead of time. I think that'll be fun for people to be like, ooh, he's going to be watching, you know, Speed Racer, or he's going to be, you know, whatever. Okay, there's our elf nose. I'm going to go underneath these last two pieces to kind of combine everything together. There we go. Cool beans, bag number 7. Oh, we're still on underneath. We're gonna put in some things to keep the car. I don't know why we need to keep the car off the ground, so I guess so it doesn't scrape on anything, but we're gonna put tires on, and when the tires are on, it's gonna be upraised in the air, so I don't know. Paisley's just watching. She's like, give me love. Yeah, so we're gonna put a whole bunch of these on. Mostly, I think it is for, at least for these here in the front, it's for support, because there's not much holding them on. Isn't that right, Paisley? Paisley's doing awesome. So how are you doing out there in the world? Are you doing awesome today? Are you having a good day? Are you having a chill day? That's what I kind of want these to be. I mean, it's not like my normal JonnyBuildz streams are like, you know, super busy or anything, but it tends to be more technical type stuff. All right, I think I can put this over. I think we're doing the back here now, so let's move that out of the way. I tend to do the more technical stuff. This is more, you know, again, easygoing. I'm not timing it or anything. Just chill and enjoy. Listen to the music. Get a little groove going. What it should be. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Paisley's going on. She's like, what's this? This is the box. I will rub my face against the box. What cats do. Oh, there we go. I was like, that's interesting. Wing portions or whatever. Put that down and start on the next one. This is another thing that I need to learn better, is doing stuff like this that, you know, again, it is part of the snot bricks technique, but like you have it here and then you're going to lay it down on this part, but getting the angles right and that sort of thing, it takes you know, takes a lot of doing it in order to make it happen right. So I definitely need to do more of that. Learn more of the techniques and best practices and all that fun stuff. There we go. Not sure how this is all going to go together, but we will see. Ah, we got another one. Put this there. Ah, Paisley, you're just in the way. Oh, she's jumping over Rocky so she can get off the table. Oh, I see. So they used... this is one of these that has like a dot in the middle. But the way they've designed them now is they make it so like you can put things in the middle of the piece. So it can have this go right there. And then it'll all be combined together. So interesting they did that. I wonder what set they started with doing that, because it wasn't how they were designed before. They had like just a little stud in the middle before, and then you couldn't do that. You would have to use something that had a hole in it that wasn't solid like this to go in there. And I wonder what set it was that they were like, hey, we need to do this so that we can... Guess we'll never know. I mean, we can know. I mean, we just got to research it, but... More cat hair. There is cat hair everywhere in this downstairs. Okay, so that's like that. And we'll put these two on to continue the extension of everything. Oh, and it goes on here finally. All right. And of course I made that fall off because my big hands pushed against it. Alright, so we gotta put the elf on, and we gotta make sure we do it the right way, otherwise it would look goofy. So the elf goes on, and the Reynolds. No, we gotta do, because it curves, we gotta put it on this way first, long ways, and then curve it down. Wow, that went on beautifully. That's so good. Reynolds. Same thing. And we'll have to do it on the other side. Good, but that's alright. It's close enough. Funny thing is, like, if you look at the race cars, like their decals, stickers, whatever, are put on so impeccably. Like, they always look like, I mean, like, except when they're in an accident, of course, but they always look like they're on so good. Put a little snubby thing on. Getting close to being done here because the last bag is pretty much just the tires and a little bit of cleanup stuff. I do like the coloring of this, the orange that they use. It does look like the orange color is like that of a school bus. So, and they started using it more and more, which is cool. Because I know we did a school bus once for a Lego display in the Lego store. But we used regular yellow because we didn't have enough of the orange-ish yellow. But I see more and more of it. Definitely something we can do. Okay. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna do the first wing over here. Or, I guess it's not a wing, it's just the cover, the way the cover works for the engine compartment. Which they definitely make very... I mean, you have to get to the engine whenever you're racing, because what happens, you know, something happens. You gotta get into it or whatever. So they make it so the whole entire back side here just bloop, comes off. Unlike a standard car that doesn't have it like that. More stickers! Yay! Goodyear and Williams. So where's Goodyear? Goodyear goes this one. Make sure we don't do it upside down. So if I did do it upside down, I would just flip it over. I think it's funny, when I did my Guinness Book of World Records attempt for the Millennium Falcon, they're like, yeah, we don't care about stickers. We just want the build to be fast. And I was like, huh, okay. There we go. That's one side. The other side. And of course, the fun continues after I'm done. I will be cutting the grass. That's always exciting. And, yeah. Cutting the grass, doing laundry, all those fun things. Always exciting. Oops, too far down. W. Williams and Goodyear, and then we only have one more sticker, which is the plaque. So, whew, it's been a lot of stickers. All right, here we go. Fits right in there, and it actually does not lock in. It does not lock in. It actually just kind of fits. It's like a cat. If it fits, if I fits, I sits. So that's it. That's all it does. Oh, maybe it does lock. What locked in? Oh, I see. So there are two on each side that do lock it. So that's good. All right. Let's get our side mirrors. Which are actually pretty unique. I've never seen these before. They're a little bit different than like your standard. They got a little thing that comes down. Normally you they just are the little like frying pan type thing. But not today. These ones actually have a little bit extra. Yeah, our side mirrors. Interesting, we're putting those on. Oh, now we put on the tires. Woohoo! Alright. So smaller tires in the front, bigger tires in the back. These are stickers. In other words, they are flat. They have no tread on them, which means you don't run in the water with them. But they may allow you to stick to the track and go a lot faster than tread tires. You generate more heat, more sticking to the surface of the road. As long as the surface of the road is flat, whenever it's bumpy, it makes it a little bit more interesting. So a new Lego wheel was produced for the rear wheels. An accurate representation of the F1 cars of the early 1990s. They are wider than the front wheels, and as a new feature, they come with the Goodyear logo. So as you can see, it has the Goodyear Eagle logo. The cat hair really likes to stick to them. Oops. Go. Oh, that looks sharp though. Now it's interesting. They show, even in the directions, they show that two gray ones go on this side. Two gray Technic thingies to go to the wheels. But then blue ones go on the right side. That is interesting. And I wonder if the car is designed that way purposely. I would assume it is. But they show one in the front, one in the back of the blue on the right side, and on the left side they are gray. I wonder why they did that. Very interesting. Alright, so there's our car. Our car is done. And it does directionally steer, which is cool. Now let's build from bag 8. Let's build our stand for the car, because the car can go up in the air on the stand. And we'll be done for the day. We will have enjoyed our Saturday morning together, our first one. Tuesday will be another JonnyBuildz, normal JonnyBuildz stream. And that one should be a lot of fun. Just saying. I know these things. Maybe more fun for some than others, and I used the one piece there. It's not one. Oops. Yeah. There it is. It's like I know I'm missing it. There. It is interesting, too, how they have this design so the car can go on it. It's got 3 Technic pins right here. And they're going to go into those holes right there. And there's 2 of them are. Oh, all 3 will go... I guess it'll go this way? Maybe? Yeah. Guess we'll find out. It's definitely going to stand up, so to speak, I think. And then, yeah, very interesting. Oh, I see how it is. Yeah, all right. Hold on, I will be right back. Sorry, I've been streaming for almost 3 hours and was getting kind of thirsty, so I need to get me a voltage. Not a sponsor, but very tasty. Thankfully, my wife got me. Well, didn't get me those. She got them to try them out, and I loved the flavor. It was like a raspberry Mountain Dew, which is really quite tasty. So, thank you, dear. Alright, this little stand is pretty cool looking. Definitely a unique design. Alright, now this is going to be interesting because we're going to put the big plaque on there. Let's see if I... How do I do this? Ooh, I got that on there pretty good. Got that on there pretty good. Okay, those are on there, and this goes down the middle. And this is the thing that will actually hold the car up. At an angle. And it is now 11:42, so our timer, or our clock, is slowly getting back to being at the 0 hour mark. Not there quite yet, but it is slowly clawing its way back. There. Alright, put these 3 in, and then the car goes vroom. it will, but it goes on top. Let's say, whenever it started, we had 3, and I was like, how is that going to work? But now it goes down to 2. There we go. So there's our car, sitting there on its side. Turn the wheels a little bit. And we're done with Mr. Nigel Mansell on the podium. Looks really cool. I think this turned out really neat. It's not a Technic set, it's an Icon set, so it doesn't have as much Technic, and it has a little bit. Unlike the other two, like the Ferrari and the NASCAR car that I did that were Technic. Yeah, they turned out pretty cool. So, yeah, so thanks for sticking with me for this Saturday morning. It was fun. Hope you guys had fun sorting or whatever it was you were doing. Next time we do a Saturday morning, it won't be next week, obviously, but the week after maybe, and we'll see what we do. So until next time, as always, like, share, comment, subscribe, all those fun things. Definitely, may the brick be with you. Keep on building, and till next Saturday, happy watching, whatever it is that you're watching. So. But see you Tuesday with a fun build to start. We'll see ya.